Okay, continuing with this paper, number 5, write 5.7 times 10 to the minus 3 as an ordinary number. So if we put 5 and 7 down, and then we need to go 3 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and that's a point, and that's 0. So basically it's 0.0057. So you just write down the number you have, and then you send this that way if it's a minus, and that way if it's a plus, and then put zeros in. So if it went 1, 2, 3, do that and put in some zeros and you're good. Now 800,000 in standard form. So standard form, it's between 1 and 10. So you've got 8 at this bit, and then it's times 10 to the power, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. I can go in there. And then work out what this is. So this is, I'm just actually going to write it in normal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 2, 7, 1, 2, 3, so that's 4. So if you take that one away, I don't know if you could put it into, well, you can put this into your calculator. You get minus 2, 7, 1, 2, 3 equals, so that is 273,000. And then you're dividing it by, again, if we put 6 there, and then that's got that, that's going to 1, 2 that way, so that's a 0.0, so that's divided by 0.06, and that divided by 0.06 equals, it's going to be big, because if you divide something by something smaller than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I sort of feel like we should be doing that in standard form, but we're not, so that's fine. A rocket travelled 100 kilometres at the average speed of 228,440 kilometres per hour. Gosh. Work out how long it took the rocket to travel 100 kilometres. Give your answer in seconds according to the nearest second. So that means that the rocket went that far in an hour. So how far did it go in a minute? So let's divide 28,440 by 60, and that will say that the rocket went 474 kilometres in a minute. Let's divide that again by 60, and in 1 second the rocket went 7.9 kilometres. So how many times does 7.9 go into 100? Well, it goes in 12.65. So that means that it would take 12.65 or 66 seconds. So it would take 13 seconds for the rocket to go 100 kilometres per hour. Quite like that question, it's a bit weird. So all you do is work out what it would take to do that, what it would take to do sort of a minute, what time it would take to do a second, and then you can look at how long it takes to do 100 kilometres. Right, solve this and show clear algebraic working. So when you see this, the first thing you want to do is expand the brackets on the right hand side. So 20 minus 5x equals 7 minus 3x. Now, I would say always keep the one that's the biggest in terms of the x's, but in this case the biggest is a negative, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5x onto both sides. So then you get 7 plus 2x equals 20. And then what I might do is take away 7 from both sides. And that means we get 13 equals 2x. So x equals 13 over 2. And that's your answer. And that's the whole thing. You're just trying to get what x is. Now, factorise fully. Okay, so factorise fully means it's going to be more than just 4, which is the lowest common denominator, the highest common factor of 16 and 24. So we've got 4. Then m cubed and m squared, the highest common factor of that is m squared. G cubed and g to the 5, the highest common factor is g to the 3. So now we think, what do we times this by to get to that? And it's 4m. And then what do we times 4m squared g cubed by to get to 24? We times it by 6. We don't have to times it by m at all because we've already got that, and it's g squared. And that's our answer. And then factorising this, all you need to remember is this. Your answer is going to be in brackets below, because it says factorise. It is going to times to minus 48, and it's going to add to minus 2. And the two numbers that do that are going to be, you can go through them all, minus 1 and 48 and minus 48, but it's going to be something that has 2 in between it, so it's going to be 8 and 6. And it's going to be minus 8 and plus 6. So literally, that's what you need to do. If you don't know how to do this, just take that number there and go this times this equals minus 48. Then take the number here and go this plus this equals minus 2. And when those both work, you've got the answer. But anyway, that is the answer. And finally, here's a 10-sided polygon. Work out the value of x. Oh God, that looks extraordinarily annoying. I probably shouldn't say that, should I? So we know that all of these altogether add up to 10 minus 2 times 180, which is, 8 times 180, which is 1440. And then you just have to take off all of these things. So we're going to go 1440 minus 125 minus 125 minus 134 minus 134 minus 168 minus 168 minus 150 minus 150 minus 148 equals 138 here. And then, does that make sense? Probably. I may have put in the wrong thing at one point. We'll see. Anyway, that's 138, and then all around all that, you get 360 minus 138. If these aren't the right numbers, it's the right way to do it, and so x equals 2, 2, 2. So it's, imagine whatever you get there, take it away from 360, and that is legitimately how you find that.